Alright. I just wanna shed some light on why there hasn't been a Birth by Sleep video in. Let me check actually. How long has it been since a Birth by Sleep episode? It's been a few days, hasn't it? When was the Deep Space episode? It's important to note. The Deep Space episode was released on January the 17th. When was that? That was last week on Saturday. Why hasn't there been another episode for almost a week now? Well, there's a very, very sad reason that I'm going to explain. So, I recorded episode 10. I recorded the hour-long episode 10. And when I tried to render it, everything looked fine. It looked fine on the outside. But when I looked at some parts, it looked so broken. The game was fine. I know for a fact it wasn't the game. But I looked at the recording in Sony Vegas, and it had repeating frames and various black screens. Quick little black screens. So I was like, okay, crap, what's going on? But that was all after I actually tried rendering it. And when I rendered it, what happened actually astonished my mind. Well, it wouldn't render past 50%. So I was like, Sammy, what have you done? What did you do? And it wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I did everything right. So I thought it was the fact that I collapsed the render window for about a second, and the screen in the video went black for about 5 seconds. And I was like, oh no, what did I do? Did I mess it up? So I thought that was it. But I tested it with the Persona Cube at Acapella, and I moved the screen around. It went black constantly, and no, it was completely fine. So I knew it couldn't be Sony Vegas, because Sonic Boom and the Bad Acapellas have been rendering just fine. So then I was like, okay, maybe it was the fact that I recorded for over an hour, because Hopodge, the HDPVR2, at least in the old software, had this problem where when you went for over an hour, audio could have been unsynced. That was mostly the problem, and the video could have just been all glitchy and stuff. But that wasn't the problem, because I tried re-recording it, got about a half hour in, and checked, and it was exactly the same way. So I knew it couldn't be that. So there is only one explanation for why the videos haven't been working. The HDPVR2 is dead. I don't know how to explain this, but I've done so much. I've done so many tests in the last few days, but it just, everything is just messed up. It's not Vegas. It's not the software. I know it's not the software because I tried using it with the original software. It wouldn't work either. The HDPVR2 is broken, essentially. Now, what can we do here? Where do we go from here? Well, this is not the end. Don't worry. This is far from the end of the world. Calm down. For Christmas, I got the Elgato game capture. That's why you've been seeing Sonic Boom looking... Okay. Compare Sonic Boom Episode 1, where I used the HDPVR2, to Episode 2 and onward, where I used the Elgato game capture. Just compare. And you will see that there is a significant difference. I am recording Sonic Boom in the highest quality possible in Elgato. I have the original Elgato, and the highest quality is 1080p 30 frames per second. That is the highest quality. I've turned the bar up to best, and it just looks really good. The HDPVR2 does not have as good quality, and that is why I got the Elgato, because I knew it had better quality than the HDPVR2. So I've been using the HDPVR2 for PS3 games for about I've been using it since the beginning, since I started using the HDPVR2. I've been using it since the beginning. But ever since the last couple recordings, I just think it's done. I think it's done. I don't know how to put it any better, but I think the HDPVR2 is RIP. Now, how is this far from the end of the world? Well, if you don't know, the Elgato is very easy to set up, and I didn't even realize how easy it was. All you have to do, there's a cord, there's an HDMI out, an HDMI in, and an AV cable. Did I say the power cable? Yeah, I think I did. There are only 4 things you can plug in. And a USB. Other than that, it's not that hard to set up. With the HDPVR2, you got so much. I mean, it looks like a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. The HDPVR2 is just broken. I don't know where to go from here, but I will probably start using the Elgato for everything I do now. So, I know, I bet you're like, why are you making such a big deal out of this? Why? If the Elgato is so good, why make such a big deal? It's because that HDPVR2 is what started this whole thing off, pretty much. I mean, that's what started all the console LPs, pretty much. I know I originally used a camera. I did. But that's before I knew how to set it up. I didn't know how to set it up. That's the whole reason I was using a camera for so long. I've had this thing since, I want to say, about 2012. I've had this since 2012. And I think it's time for an upgrade. I'm sorry, HDPVR2, but it's time to move on. The Elgato is brand new, much better quality, and it's so small. It's like really easy. It's really easy to use. The HDPVR2 is a very good capture card, I will say. It lasted for a long time, and heck, I bet it would have lasted longer if I would have taken a little bit more care of it. Because I didn't take the best care of it. I'll just say that I didn't take the best care of it. But meh. If you're looking for a starting capture card, I would recommend this thing. If you're trying to go, let's check Amazon actually. How much? I'm actually on Amazon right now. How much is the HDPVR2? All right, let's check. Right now, checking prices. All right, right now it's on sale. It's right now it's on sale for $152, but the actual price is $200. Now, what is the Elgato's price? The Elgato's price is much cheaper. I mean, heck, you could get the new one. I've heard great things about the new one. I've heard the quality is insane. 1080p, 60 frames per second. The Elgato HD 60. I have the original because, I don't know, I just think 60 frames per second is overrated. Just let me say that. It's way overrated. So you can get the Elgato Game Capture, the original, for about, right now it's on sale for $120, but the price is $20 cheaper than the HDPVR2. And it's also better, which is nice. The Elgato 60, the difference is the original Elgato HD can record 720p 60 frames per second. That's the max you can do for 60 frames. Then the HD 60 can record 1080p 60 frames per second. It says right here. The original, I don't see that. I don't see it supporting anything. I don't think the Amazon page says anything. But it's kind of sad. Hey, I've already upgraded microphones. I think it's time to upgrade capture devices. Let's have a moment for all of the memories. If it wasn't for Watch Dogs, I never would have started using this thing, honestly. Guys, we know Watch Dogs was canceled. However, if Watch Dogs didn't happen, we wouldn't be where we are today, essentially. We learned from our past mistakes. I learned from my past mistakes. And now we're on the road to greatness. And the HDPVR2, that helped this journey tremendously. We just gotta thank it. Thank you, Hot Podge HDPVR2. Your death was not in vain. You served a boy for a good, technically 2 years, kind of a half year. I didn't start using it till May of last year, but that doesn't matter. What matters is I'm gonna miss it. Let's just moment of silence for the HDPVR2. Don't fret, friends. We're all gonna move forward from this. We're all gonna go forward. We're all gonna have great journeys ahead with the Elgato. The Elgato will get us there. It'll pull us through. We all know this. I think it's time to get rid of this Hot Podge capture shortcut. So sad to see it go. I just wanted to let you know that is why there has not been a Birth by Sleep episode for a while now. There's not been a Birth by Sleep episode for about a week. I've been updating it on Twitter. Oh my god, I can barely speak. I've been updating on Twitter like crazy, but I know not all of you follow me on Twitter, so this is just to get the word out. Anyway, this has been Sword Kingdom Key 3, signing off. Peace out, my little keychains. And I guess we can now consider 2015 the year of the next-gen recordings. Oh my god, what is it with me and saying the word next-gen? That's just my thing. We can start 2015 off with the next-gen setup. It's gonna be the year of the next-gen setup. I've been Sword Kingdom Key 3, signing off. Peace out, my little keychains, and good night.